Well, bullshit videos don't quite have a competition. Especially doctors are bullshit, but you can find something. If you type in my name alongside it, you get medication is bullshit level 3. Because I goddamn hate it so much. In Lithuanian, medication sounds like food. And sounds like fruit. You know, they just came up with the word that like happens to be in between of food and fruits. Medication, something you put in your mouth and swallow and it ruins your fucking day. Whatever that medication might be. Because it's always bitter, it's always like disgusting. And sometimes make you feel really bad. But we're talking about doctors. Now I have to accuse the doctor for being kind of the evil person in my life. It's almost doomed to happen because I have a good person, which is my mom. And so the second relationship is always going to be like the worst thing ever, I guess. I can't find the second relationship yet to be good. And this one's kind of forced on me because, well, I did the crime, so I have to be attached to the devil himself now. Or did I do the crime? I was trying to protect my mom and like push someone and they tripped over and nobody cares. You're weak. You're a victim of the system. Might as well suck it up and do the time, you know, bro. And no one's gonna care. Like, it's the most disgusting thing. Like, the world has expanded to infinity where nobody cares for each other anymore. And shit like this happens where I can't tell my story. I can't. Like, I was just trying to protect my mom. It's just we have a small, tight social circle. And this shit has risen to, like, insanity. Where it doesn't even make sense anymore. We can start by defining what a doctor is and what it's supposed to do. So you have your social circle, right, of friends, of people you care about. I only have my mom, and she's not taking up much space, as she shouldn't. You know, we're not like close friends. But you have people who have slices of your pie, different kind of people. Because that's what social structure is supposed to be about. For me, mostly is like different shades of blue because I'm an internet person, so I can like change my personality based on what I'm watching, what kind of content I'm consuming. Yes, whatever, right? Or what content I'm making sometimes might change my personality a little bit. It's just shades of green, actually. Shades of Hulk. Of how angry I am. That's it. That's all you're gonna get. Sometimes I'm happy because I'm looking at hot babes, is the difference. And sometimes I'm angry because I'm dealing with broken shit like this. That pissed me off. So anyways, I'm gonna show and explain this whole matrix, but a recap is that 1 year was stolen from me, and usually when you go to like a jail system or rehabilitation system, or you're slightly mentally ill, everyone's just gonna use it against you. There's assholes everywhere. You know, if you get sucked, if you fall through the cracks, now there's assholes everywhere. Everyone is gonna turn into a bully. Nobody's fucking gonna care. No one's here to listen to your stories. It is this kind of painful, you know, because otherwise we would socialize more and we would find ways to break through even this internet, or we find ways to embrace the social media that we have and we can use differently. We can find different ways to use it, but we don't want to. So now we're just stuck being assholes to each other and waiting for the purge to happen too, after all of these pandemics and inflations and wars, basically. And the next thing on the list is the purge. So that's going to be happening. That's going to be emptying a lot of the people, including doctor's office. You know, a doctor can do a much better job just giving advice, just talking to you, and not doing anything, not looking at the data, just looking at your behavior. So the purge is probably going to solve a lot of problems by taking everything away from him. Just cleaning up the entire room. Just start fresh, Mr. Doctor. Just empty. Let's start there. It's a good place to start. No items for you. Don't worry, like, you're getting disconnected here. Because the problem that I felt into recently and yesterday, I'm like, well, it does seem that he found the numbers to be wrong. What he wanted for me to get is 35, I get from pharmacy 25, and I don't have 10. And that 10 really pisses him off, I imagine, to the point where he disrespected me. Clearly and obviously disrespected me by yelling and threatening and like fucking stealing the entire conversation, basically. Where I have to like shut up and like, okay, you're the big boss, bro. Like, you can do psychotic episode right there in front of me, bro. You can try and lecture me as much as you want. I don't think it's a good thing for a doctor to do when the situation is kind of interesting, to say the least. Also, he's getting paid to do it. That's kind of fucking disgusting. You know. It is the government after all, but the purge usually starts with the government. We attack the government occupations immediately, and there's no better time to talk about bullshit jobs than now. So perhaps bullshit episodes are going to turn into looking at jobs, because I might meet a lot of people and the shit that they do, the corruption that they have started drowning in their own corruption of sitting way too long in the same occupation, thinking that they're going to be doctors forever, just like I'm going to be a mental patient forever for them. That's not how it works. That shouldn't have worked even in the very beginning in the first place. With my mom, I make a social circle. And the reason why this matters is, here's the definition of a doctor. If I take too many slices and people are unhappy about it, the doctor has to trim that shit up. All right, and sometimes by fours. That's fine. But still has to, like, care and double check everything. You can't just sit back and just, like, write medication and I have to take it and just, like, everyone agrees, everyone shakes hands. Like, that's fucking dumb. And some people have to be healed into society. So everyone's, like, somewhat equals. The play field is fair for everyone. That's the whole point the government exists. That's the whole point authorities exist. And doctors fall into the same category. They either boost you as best as they can, they fix your problems, or they negate your flaws. If you raising your self-esteem too much, they can, like, knock it down a little bit. Probably not with threats and fear. That's probably not gonna work. But medication is supposed to, like, trim you down because it is a scary little thing, to say the least. It's a scary little devil to fucking deal with. Alright. And you technically don't want to do it. And because I have private space, I get to decide what happens in my private space, unfortunately. If he wants to invade it somehow, like, good luck, first of all. Good fucking luck. If he wants to pull me out and go through court system to pull me out and put me in the same fucking room, I mean, he might lose his job, though. That might fucking suck, because I have plenty of now reasons to believe that he's just psychotic loser, basically. Which happens when you have too much power. Right? When you have too much power, you become this fucking asshole that just takes up all my slices and I don't have a normal conversation anymore. And we're not solving any problems anymore. You just take up all the space and I just have like one question of like, anything changed? Am I supposed to do anything differently now? Oh no, okay, sure. So he goes on this fucking tantrum, and then I ask that simple question, dude. Is anything changing? This is like, it's so fucking pathetic, right? Like, dealing with people like this, and this is a grown-ass man, but, like, he's gonna get his ass kicked for sure. Hypothetically, if he's lucky, obviously. He might be unlucky. Who knows? He is, after all, the devil in my life. Again, I have a good relationship with my mom. I'm not too sure of it, but I have nothing to compare it to, so it's the best thing ever. Like, I get all the resources, I have safe space. I continue to grow as much as I have to. You know, you can call me insult, but like, sure, I need a cell to grow into. So I'm safe from the outside world that happens to be very fucking scary and very stupid and very dishonorable. For me to just walk around safely as if like there's so many things to do. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I wasn't convinced, unfortunately. It feels like everyone's against me instead. So yeah, there's no honorable moves going on. There's no like a social worker visiting you every year. No, if they don't have to, they're not gonna do it. They don't give a fuck. You know, you sign up a contract and it's like, well, I don't want social workers to invade my life constantly. They seem to be fucking weird on that front. I'm not comfortable. I sign up a paper and now they don't show up ever at all. What was the point of that? And yeah, because of the system flaw, I'm not sure what the fuck he was talking about even. He was just spitting fire, spitting garbage, vomiting. Bro, being psychotic and stuff. Like, I don't understand. What are you trying to say? He's trying to pull his fucking cards off, like, you're gonna be forced to do this and that, and you have to perform very well. And it's like, who fucking cares, man? We have done it. We have done it several times. Like, I didn't fucking fail. Your driver's license, little bitch. It's insane, bro. This guy, like, has to be crushed like an ant because here's the problem, again. He's not only invading my social space, but he also says that, or inclines that the system requires me to take medication. Well, the system is fucking wrong because I'm not social enough to take medication. See, like, I'm being restrained for having too big of an ego, whatever might be, too much self-esteem. I'm being restrained for what purpose? What space am I taking right now? Whose space? Who am I talking to? What kind of people am I talking to? Who am I socializing with? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I'm just lonely dude. So can you just like relax, bro? Obviously, in the end, it's just just a system error. In the end, but it just shows the true colors and true definitions that people need to know about of what a doctor is supposed to do, how they're supposed to behave, and them being psychotic makes a big precedent of them being fired instantly, without a question. Like, they have to respect you, technically. They have to expect that if you need a doctor, that you might be pretty lonely, pretty isolated. They shouldn't treat you like shit. Like, you're supposed to be victimized as much as possible. You're gonna do something wrong. You're the scary dude. You're a threat to society. Like, I got nothing, bro. And all he does, like, throws threats at me is like, you can do that. I cannot do that. I cannot threaten you with anything. So it's like, what? This is not an equal play field, my friends. No, this is not interesting to me. It's pretty scary to be, like, confronted by the only people, like, if this connection is cut off, like, if something bad happens, like, I just fall down through the cracks into nothingness, and I have to kill myself. It's over, my friends. I have to die. I have to starve myself to death, because there's no life left if I fall through the cracks. If I don't have the saving grace of the only person that somewhat cares about me. Like, this is absolute madness, bro. The way that life has been constructed here, the way that I can't actually reach out to anyone and nobody cares no matter how much effort I put into all of this stuff, because they like factual material, they like the monetary outcomes. You watch a video and you want fucking $100 to pop out into your pocket. I don't know what the fuck miracles people expect these days anymore, because they don't want to socialize. They don't want to fucking unlock the problems that I'm having. Obviously, if you bump into someone, you're lucky, like, to say hi and whatnot, that they exist. Confirm someone's existence outside. That's pretty cool, and you can sort of desperately grasp for their help. But you're not always in trouble. You're not always, like, stressed out of weird shit happening like this. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, the purge is gonna fix all of this stuff. Right now, farmers are rising against the government. I mean, I don't know what farmers want, but they have self-esteem. They're feeding the human race right now. Everyone who's feeding us is the farmers. The farmers' food is going to be the cheapest, and technically everything stems from that. So it's very difficult to be mistreated as a farmer. Like, you're gonna fight back. That's the Hulk. Hulk is mainly the farmer. It's gonna kick your ass. I wouldn't disrespect them. I wouldn't dare to do that. But I also wouldn't want to disrespect people who are just kind of, like, isolated. They have no one to socialize with. Like, you have a great opportunity to be my friend, but you decide to be an asshole. Like, how fucking cool is that? And now you're forced to be an asshole to me, so I will eat you alive. I will tear you into pieces. Whatever it takes. You know, we're gonna have a wonderful fight. Battle to the death. You will disappear, my friend. For being an actual enemy. Desperately. Acting like the devil. But that's fine, that's what people mostly do to me, so I'm, like, ready for a death battle anytime to prove my points. It's like, know your rights. But I don't know what is possible. What can I demand? What kind of information I can get from what? I don't have enough social connections to get all that shit together. I can only, like, try and force it. But I don't also have courage to do that. I can't just generate it out of my ass. If a puzzle piece fits, then I'm do it. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it as best as I can. I will reply as best as I can. If someone is trying to talk to me, I will reply. That's what I'm supposed to do. But if I don't know exactly what to do, like, why would people expect me to do good results? Why people expect me to solve all of my problems all by myself when these problems fucking sound like insanity to me? Because again, the only thing Doctor has, despite trying to be higher than me, trying to boast his ego, but the rest thing is just skull emoji at this point. It's threatening, right? is to threaten me and by the powers that he has. That's the only thing he can fill up. Like, people are scared around you. No, you're just scared. There's no people. I just walked through a bunch of NPCs. I don't care about them. It's just you, my friends, and my mom, that we have lived long enough to not have a fight anymore. The only fight I want to have is with my loud fucking neighbors. Noisy neighbors. That's about it. And it's kind of like calming down, like coming to a halt. Hopefully, it seems not the right time to be noisy in the fucking winter season, but like, I'll take whatever I can get. So you can see that all of these structures, while he can't even have a fucking civilized conversation, just got upset about something, and I don't even know what the fuck that is, to be honest. The only thing he can be upset, of course, if you're not taking your medication, which I don't fucking need. I definitely don't fucking need. No one is being threatened. I don't run around with weapons threatening people outside. He doesn't care about my social status. He just has a lot of expectations out of me. Fucking doctor. Like, I don't understand where it's coming from. Like, you're the problem, bro. The only problem that I had in my life is just the fucking dude that I have to show up to every now and then, 6 times a fucking year. That's still 2% of the year that can be ruined. 2% of my life that can be ruined. And technically, it spreads out like a disease for the rest of the time. And they expect me to ruin most of my life by taking medication that fucking feels like shit. Feels like zombification nonsense. Even if it's like super simple, sleepy shit. But then you fucking sleep for 12 hours and dream nightmares and you can't wake up. Like, it's a fucking mental nonsense that they're trying to fucking do. I will sacrifice my life if I'm gonna be threatened over and over again just to take his. Eye for an eye. Life for a life. But before I do that, before I do the skull emoji back to him and show how big of a threat I am, I have to, you know, count my blessings and test my options before I send my nuclear fucking weapon up his face. Everyone can be bullshit. Everyone can be corrupted to insanity. And you have to respect the social construct of society goes first and authorities come next, you know. And the rest is tier list, unfortunately. Business, yeah. It's literally a fucking tier list. It's just how the world works, and I have figured out all of it. And nobody has any questions to me. I don't seem to have any authority either. So, or actually, he's expecting questions from me. And now he's no longer expecting questions because he knows that he has to explain things to me in a brutal fashion. It's just like such a fucking stupid relationship when you're not even like doing any job. Like, you're not even helping me right now. You're just fucking hoping that the numbers check out, and they don't fucking check out because I don't get what he asked me to get. He asked me to get 2 pieces, I get 1 piece. And I have to use that 1 piece that I get. No complaints. And only now I recognize, oh, maybe I can buy the 2nd piece, but why the fuck should I buy the 2nd piece? What's going on, bro? Oh, the 2nd piece I have to purchase? Okay, fine. You know, I don't want to deal with this problem. It is worth money. I'll take that 2nd piece. Like, not to fucking deal with this bullshit. But I will still have to explain most of it to him, so at least, like, I get rid of this problem. Because if we go to court, I mean, I still have this as a nuclear weapon as well. I have plenty of ways to defend myself that don't fucking look rational or as simple as the system is used to, but I don't care, bro. Like, I really don't care. I have put so much work into this. Why the fuck can't you just not open your fucking minds? Like, obviously, this is like advanced territory. It's the first time in forever you see a matrix being created where everything is explained. One thing I want to share. So again, a doctor trims you down or puts you back up. So that's the doctor that I'm dealing with. You know, a mental case doctor that wants to trim me forever for the rest of my life. When, again, I'm not social anymore. Or never have been in the first place. So they misjudged me from the very fucking beginning. Like, they can isolate me, and that's cool. That's gonna trim me down immediately, but I was never social to begin with. In Europe, basically, these people just created the most corrupt system of all time because the doctors are not actually doing their job. They're just doing something else that I cannot define right now. They're trimming you down just because they can, just because a doctor is supposed to do that so they can do it. That means they can weaponize themselves against random people that they don't like. Like, it's something like that. And it doesn't really serve a purpose, and they also get paid for it. If we don't need their service, we have to demand the government to remove that shit. Like, right now, the doctors are very removable as long as they don't actually, as long as they're the purple ones and not the boosters. The boosters are probably fine if they can give good advice, if they actually do their job properly as well, if they're actually helpful. But that still has to be monitored. All of this shit has to be monitored. There's a lot of missing jobs, and a lot of jobs that are not supposed to even exist. A lot of shit out of place. And that's just the simple bullshit like that. And yeah, please share your stories if you have anything similar, if you relate in any way. The last thing I want to tell you guys is the imprisonment system, and the whole thing stems from that. I was hospitalized for a year because I pushed a woman and an accident happened and she pressed charges and I can't fucking bail myself out of charges, and now I have a year because reasons, you know. They think I'm mentally ill. Like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Schizophrenia is a very funny word, by the way. That means absolutely nothing, you know. That people just say left and right. They're just like, oh, it's just, you're so schizo right now. You're talking nonsense. Like, you can say that to anyone ever. Like, you don't need reasons to say that or not say that. It's just like, it's being thrown everywhere. It's not a strong word, and it's everyone is being labeled as schizo, and it's like, wow, you have a fucking easiest job of your life. Labeling people is so fucking easy. It's now a job, and it's called doctors, bro. And they're just gonna tell you schizo, bro. You're just making shit up. You delusional. Like, so like, where's the fucking evidence, bro, for me being delusional? Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? That is the real question. Every single crime has to be investigated separately, no matter what the fucking actors actually are. Because I might be doing some different role than being a fucking mentally ill person all the time, as if I want to do that all the time. That's fucking stupid. And I can say anything. I can raise my voice. I can say anything, and you can say, oh, that's delusional. That's fucking stupid. You're making shit up. You're talking nonsense. You can always say that. It's easy. It's not difficult for you to fucking dismiss everything that I say and walk away. It's not that difficult. I get blocked by hundreds of people that I talk to. They just disappear. They evaporate. They run away. It's not that difficult. I'm not proud of these people. They don't get my respect. It's just that simple, bro. You can run away as far as you want. Like, what are you going to get out of that? It's not a big fucking deal. So doctors do the same thing. They run away from all the responsibilities, just label you the simplest fucking term. Everyone else gets the same treatment. It's all fair. It's all fair games for no good reason. And I'm like, well, I didn't have a terrible time, but in the end of like getting injections, went really poorly. Now, I wasn't just zombified. I was actually malfunctioning as a human being. I was starting to get anxiety, panic attacks, or whatever. Some crazy shit that you can't even like lay in bed comfortably anymore. Your eyes starting to roll. Ugh. As if your body just no longer comfortable with itself anymore. Fucking injections, bro. Just to please the government, just to please, like, oh guys, we're gonna take care of him, we're gonna make this thing happen that damages him. Just for that. They had to, retreat on that one because I started complaining desperately, grasping for air. But there's also like, toxic shit, toxic waste. I wasn't actually even feeling safe in that place. There was a dude that I would complain about, like, he's doing something wrong. Nothing has been done, bro. A dude shows up in late game of that 1 year, literally from my location, my town, and becomes the most fucking toxic shit that nobody likes. Everyone's fighting with him. He's stealing stuff. Like, what? Where did that fucking come from? Who is this person? Holy shit. Am I in a mentally ill town itself? The whole fucking town? But there is a special location that, like, emitting radiation for sure. You can tell. It's easy to tell, bro. So, there's a lot of mystery to solve. I want to be excluded from this narrative, obviously, but if anything, I have to fight back full force. It's absolute madness, bro. And I have to actually ban a lot of people left and right. Not from my main channel, but like when I rage bait, people start throwing their shit immediately. And most of them become psychopathic, throwing the fucking shiza word left and right as well. Like, you gotta fucking relax, guys. The internet is full of shit anyways. I mean, what do you expect? But the real world being this mad and taking things away from you just because. Now, again, in this 1 year period, I was socializing with people. I was sort of like getting some kind of understanding of how men behave, at least. Whether interested in playing a little bit chess, a little bit of poker, making my own card game, just having unique experiences, which is always useful. It's not useful to just always sit next to my computer and cry how lonely I am all the time. So it wasn't a bad year. It's just something you don't want to repeat because it's very fragile. It can suck you in and turn you into mush. Mashed potatoes, bro. Fill you up with medication to the point where, like, you can't function anymore. Which is, what the fuck's the point, right? What is the point to just destroy me like this? And the only time, like, they don't even do medications on occasions. On occasions where it's hard for me to sleep, so they give you this thing, alright? It's hard for me to sleep. Like, I want to sleep now. It's sleeping time. Give me a sleeping pill. Like, they can at least do that. They can trim my energies so I don't get stressed and I can sleep easier. Like, they can probably do that on request, on demand. Instead, they do that by default, which is not a good thing. As I've said, like, you can have nightmares. You can have 12 hours sleep and have a nightmare and you can't wake up from that nightmare, and it's gonna mess you up. Your brain is gonna start rotting from that fucking shit. Like, not everyone can survive Minecraft, my friends. Not everyone can survive a zombie apocalypse that's happening in their brains. Like, it's bullshit, man. These people don't understand who they're messing with. With reality itself being corrupted and stealing resources from other people. Like, we should... right now is the perfect time to purge people like that. Kick them out of the system and change the system entirely. Because it's not that hard. If they are having an easy job, we can have an easy job kicking them out. You know, and then replacing them with another easy job. It's not that hard. Alright? Anyway, so we're coming to an end. There's one more thing I want to explain to people so they become more respectful of each other. Again, I am focusing on just a couple of things. I want to just remind you guys again. Social circle with my mom, I have nothing else. I also educated myself across the internet, collecting data and reinforcing my beliefs over certain things. So I'm smarter, so I can have better self-defense. I can survive better in this fucking cruel world that doesn't like you by default, you know. And when I get disrespected, I can strike back. If someone, like a doctor, becomes psychotic and raises their ego against you for no fucking reason, like we both know, we both understand, you can threaten me, bad things can happen to me, that's great, you don't have to repeat that over and over again, and you don't have to expect me to do the second crime now. I'm so fucking ready, I'm so willing, I'm running now. Can't wait to find my next victim, though. Who's it gonna be? Oh wait, it's fucking staring blatantly at me and throwing skull emojis at me. Like, we gotta crush that dude. Anyways, like, you don't want to be that guy who's asking for it, you know, who doesn't understand. But okay, like, and he also took all the space from me, so I can't even explain it to him. So I'll try again later. I'll try explain later. And if everything falls apart, there is still court. I'll be able to explain to him all of the shit in court. Alright? I'll be able to. In court, like, you have full freedom to say whatever the fuck you have to say. Now, you might be misunderstood. The court might expect you to do certain things a certain way as well. So you keep appealing. I don't know, bro. We keep doing shit. Whatever it takes. I just want to be heard. I just want to be understood for one fucking moment. I want to throw efforts to the point where, like, it actually matters. It actually does something. I don't care. At some point, everyone has to know. The spotlight, I'm gonna steal it from people. Especially if they do something fucking terrible to me. When the only crime, oh my goodness, is pushing someone and making an accident. Fucking shit happens, bro. People fall down and hurt themselves. How crazy is that? Why should I take the blame? What's the fucking problem here? Why an invader to our space supposed to be respected more than me? I'm a protector of my own space. What has happened to this fucking world, bro, around me? Obviously, the best thing that can happen to me is I fucking bail out of here because the problems are to the brim and I explained my situation here, and the court should actually watch the entire fucking video if they want to understand anything at all. Like, for 40 minutes I'm gonna explain them this? Like, it's gonna take a while, unfortunately. Like, they have to actually be educated because I'm scared that they're not educated, that they don't know shit about life. The court is empty. The court is full of nothing. So I guess the purge has to do the opposite and fill it with people at least. Fill it with people, you know, who support me, hopefully. But just fill it with people. So the opposite has to happen. While the doctor has to be shredded into pieces, all of his paperwork, all of the fucking computer None of these gadgets seems to be working. They made him more psychotic instead. So might as well take all that shit away from him. Fucking pen and paper. Maybe you can have that. Maybe you can save that for a rainy day. We're probably gonna take the assistant too. You know, just cut that shit off. You can't have that. Like, it creates so much stress. Like, I even be pushed into the edge of like suicide again. Because, like, well, my life has no meaning if someone's fucking sitting on top of my face and feeding me shit down my throat and expects me to have good results in the end and have hundreds of expectations when the system is fucking broken and can't give me what he's trying to give me. Anyways, I'll update on the story when there is an update in a month's of time, because there's my birthday coming soon, and we're gonna celebrate a birthday with this bullshit, you know, of kicking some ass. Anyways, I wanted to tell you guys this one little function here that you need to be aware of, and we're gonna shut it down. And don't forget to post your stories. Maybe you have some complaints about doctors. If you have complaints about me, you're gonna be complaining about me complaining. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know if you can win that fight. I don't know if you can take up the space. I don't know if you can be one of those people who's like saying, the actual problem is. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Because again, I'm not talking about, well, I am kind of talking about specific person at this point. But they're all the same. They're all serving the system for the sake of like monetary value, and they're all fucking corrupted because they can hold their jobs without any competition. There's nothing. Government jobs without competition, like, they're the scariest ones. If you're scared even a little bit, we should contact the government collectively. We should communicate to the government. We're scared, we don't want these people. We don't want this. We don't want that. We can demand the government to fucking flip upside down and inside out. If we're scared of certain things, like we really don't want it to be a part of society. Maybe it's killing society, and it clearly is. When I don't fucking deserve to live like this. Isolated and still medicated. Like, what the fuck? That's a pretty fucking terrifying combination. Like, yeah, put me back into that fucking cell, that at least I'm not isolated, I'm with other human beings, you know, with other men, socializing and potentially making lots of friends. Like, for fuck's sake, do you understand what the fuck you're doing? Like, I don't quite have options. Everyone's running away from each other. Everyone gets scared. I'm a scary dude. I want to dump a lot of feelings onto someone else who will be crushed by those feelings. I can't help it, unfortunately. I'm not a fucking violent person, but like, for fuck's sake, this is lasting way too long. I'm crushing my mom in a way, but like, she got used to it. It's not a big deal. Like, you can't crush with plushies. Teddy bears. You can't crush a person with that, but you can definitely flood the fucking room. You know, I'm constantly like, next room, complaining about something. Like, I actually care about something. She doesn't care to have a conversation with me. It's a thin line. It's very questionable if we have a decent relationship or not, because it kind of constantly offends me still that she's willing to do small talk with other people. I don't know how to do small talk. That's just kind of dumb. So it is at very least twisted. You know. Overall, if we take a bigger picture, doctors are seemingly useless. Like, I don't really need a boost. And also, I don't know how it looks like. A doctor, I should take a doctor visit right after, you know, right after this is forced down my throat. I should take this doctor visit. You know, I need a good cop and bad cop, good doctor and bad doctor, bro. Where do I find that shit? Do I have to fucking ask for a social worker to lead me somewhere? find an escape route like that. It's weird, bro. Like all of a sudden, like we're untangling some kind of matrix where I have this opponent that wants to just like fucking shred me into pieces, bro. Like it's pathetic. And who knows who's scared? Like I've heard the fucking assistant say she's scared to like let him in or whatever. Maybe she's scared not because I can do something bad, but the fucking dude is out of control now, unhinged, psychotic, and it's so fucking annoying when hypocrisy happens to the highest degree. When the scariest thing happens, like a doctor becomes psychotic, that is the scariest thing. A psychotic doctor that fucking can do anything to you, basically. Oh boy. Whatever he desires, however he spins data, whatever he likes. I'm not gonna put him that far into the list of the most evil people, but those people are dangerous, right? And they should be themselves trimmed out of society instead of doing that. Rapists should be raped. Murderers should be murdered. Just in a more satisfying way than they do to us. Hypocrisy have to be fought with the same thing, eye for an eye. Like it's just is what it is. You try to poke me, but we poke you. I don't like this forced relationship. I try to like close the gap and try to not interact and fortify myself as much as possible in my private space. I'm trying to squeeze as much life as possible. And hopefully that's not being taken away from me, because like I'm okay. I'm gonna be fine. Life is moving forward still. So talking about life moving forward, anyways, the thing that I keep delaying to explain. So about the jail system, something you have to understand and why you should not have high self-esteem when talking about criminals. You can't point a finger at a criminal who served time. You cannot be like scared of them because you live in a society. While they live in jail, they cannot socialize. That is the purpose. They're isolated. They have to be with themselves. They have to contemplate with themselves. That's the punishment. That's the whole thing. You don't need to add to the punishment and constantly say that, oh, now I have to have expectations of these criminals. They have to not be in the streets. They have to not do bad things anymore. I'm not supposed to be scared. I mean, that's your problem, bro. Because they were excluded from socializing. They were ripped from the most important part in their lives. They can only socialize with other criminals who probably don't have the ability to socialize in the first place. Unless they do, then it's really bad. Then you should be scared, because that's what you have. This is the priority list, right? As I've said, socializing comes first, and authorities. They deal with authorities, all right? The people who get in prison, they deal with authorities every single fucking day. And it's really painful, but they deal with this. It's a resource. You know, you just have to deal with every single day. And a little bit of socializing, they have to appreciate if people are nice to them. If people are not nice, you have to somehow fight back as best as you can. So you have this sort of system. That's a punishment. That's a correct punishment. You can't fucking condemn that. And you're the problem. It's always like, you're the problem. The society is usually the fucking problem. Who don't understand, who are not educated enough to understand how to behave properly to not cause problems. And this sort of like treating criminals like they're pieces of shit right after they come out, trying to take advantage of them. I will not stand behind that. Because I'm one of them, technically. I'm labeled as such. I don't consider myself such because that fucking sounds fucking weird. As if I want to do bad things to people. I don't. I really don't, actually. I'm stuck in a room. I can't. I even can't. What are we talking about, right? So if people start fucking doing that, if people start, like, smelling out, like, a mental illness and they're very curious about it, like, now you're entering a territory that you're probably not supposed to be snooping around. You know? But even that shit is happening. All kinds of, like, nastiest things are happening across the internet. And it has to be flooded. The Noah's flood is just a reoccurring event. It's not some fucking biblical event. It's just a reoccurring event. Technically, anything biblical is going to happen over and over again. There's going to be more Jesuses. There's going to be more floods. There's going to be more Adam and Eves, the greatest love story of all time. There's going to be more of that over and over again. And sometimes Jesus and Adam and Noah is going to be the exact same person. So, yeah. Who knows more? You got to be prepared for that shit. You got to educate yourself so damn bad. I put this effort and I've learned so many things by making this video, and I hope you did too. I hope your ego fell down stairs a little bit. Anyways, bye-bye. Doctors are definitely bullshit. Because if they have lived for like fucking 20 years and only did that one job, I'm not impressed. Alright, you got your money. Congratulations. How much you want to retire with that shit? Well, you better be nice. At very least, be nice. If you're doing a shitty job in a shitty way, at least be nice and allow lies to manifest. Whatever it takes to be nice. You have to do whatever it takes to be nice. Hopefully, this is just a system error and it can be fixed. And this rant is exaggeration, like everything else. It's just exaggeration. I'm just taking it too deep. Because that's not expected out of me, but I do it. I don't care. It's my thing. I'm passionate about every little thing because I don't got nothing to be passionate about. But education, but like the most serious things that improve my life. Because my life constantly needs improvement. That fucking sucks, but I'll take it, bro. I'll swallow that pill for sure. That I need improvement constantly. And I don't need trimming around because I'm fine. I sit through 50 minutes, bro, without doing some crazy shit or showing crazy material. Like porn, all of a sudden. I don't know, bro. I don't know what's the craziest thing you can say right now. I did put skull emoji, and I'm not proud of it, but I put it on someone else territory, so I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you like. What's the worst thing that I've said? I don't know, bro. What's the worst thing that I said that I should be controlled over? Like I went psychotic or something? Again, the biggest thing that kind of spawns the whole debate is I only have 2 relationships, and the second one kind of sucks, or face-to-face relationship, and I invest a lot of effort into things that I am scarce about. You know, I will care quite a bit if that's the only relationship. I'll put a lot of effort. And if a person wants to vomit on my face, that will hurt. That will hurt me. That will be very disrespectful. That will be very painful. For no fucking reason. He decides not to have a conversation. He just wants to vomit in my face and be psychotic. Like, that is fucking annoying as hell. You're asking for trouble at this point. You're asking to be exposed. And I don't think you're the only one like this. And that fucking sucks. That fucking sucks that we have to deal with an army of idiots, basically. Running the show and feeding us garbage that don't help us socialize when we actually would like to right now. So it's ruining our society. It is a threat to our society. And we can flip the fucking script because we get to decide. The society gets to decide who's the threat around here. You know, I put my case, and I want my story to be heard. And once the story is heard fully and entirely, then we can have a court and we can vote of who's the fucking bad guy, this dude or me. This dude deserves to be trimmed, or I deserve to be trimmed because I expressed myself. You know, while this guy is getting paid, has a job, and feeds poison to people. Which one is, you know, more trimmable? Which one is easier to fucking, you know, dismiss the case of? We can have a vote. We can purge the fucking asshole. Whichever one it is. Maybe I'm the asshole. Maybe I have to learn something. But honestly, you know, I am learning as we speak. And this guy's fucking sleeping, bro. Anyways, well, I can't sleep because, like, he fucking sat in my face. I'm like, well, I'm gonna sleep 4 hours, it seems. That's cool. 4 hours. Because now I'm stressed. But I'm still not stressed in a way where I'm just fucking gonna come after him. He fucking, like, 1 kilometer away. Come after him. Like, it's mental, bro. It's all set up very nicely, but the fucking squiggly worms who don't understand anything. Who don't even want to have a conversation. Like, that's it, bro. That would clear up the air very quickly. Clear up all the fears. Just open up for a conversation. You don't know how to do your job. It's just fucking obvious. Anyways, see you guys next time.